for the moment. A top 10 in-conference showdown awaits. Welcome to the Rose Bowl, home to the UCLA Bruins. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Penn State Nittany Lions. Taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the UCLA Bruins. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. The Nittany Lions will boot it away to start the game. And he's not going to take the touchback. Slips through the line. What a great return, and he flips the field to start this drive off, and he just about scored himself. It is so good to have a dangerous return man. Here's the handoff, fighting off the defender. And it looks as if he'll pick up maybe a couple. Guys, let's take a minute here and think about UCLA. If they seeded the playoff today, these guys are in, but we know they're not content with that. They want so much more, David.
They do, and this squad has been building and trying to get to the point where they can get to the playoff and be a national champion. And right now they're in the mix, which is really, really good halfway through the season. A lot of work still to be done, Palmer.
Yeah, this coaching staff really at this point is just trying to keep this team focused as a top 10 team halfway through the year. It's about attention to detail, and that's got to show up in this one today.
Got his man out of the backfield. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on third down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Just a wall of defenders everywhere he looks, and he's guided out of bounds after a short return. Barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Scanning the field, it's Poole. Pocket breaking down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. They say all games count the same, but you get to this portion of the season and a chance to win a top 10 battle like this carries a little extra weight.
And whoever keeps the top 10 number beside their name after this game will have earned it, because these two teams are very talented, David. We're now at the midpoint of the season. We're starting to get an idea of who these teams are. We're going to find out a whole lot more here today, though.
Going for it all. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's 4th down. The Nittany Lions will send out the punt unit. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. He gets a block. The return man takes it to the end zone himself, and now he'll give his team the lead.
and your defense made a big stop. I think you're getting the offense the football back, but how about special teams coming through in a big way to take the lead for you, get some excitement, get some juice back on your side.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. To work on offense now. They went 3 and out on their first possession. Now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Out of the gun, the running back has it. It's a runs like that that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35. Guys, let's think big picture for a minute and talk about Penn State. This is exactly how you want to start conference play. Early in the race for sure, but precisely the type of foundation you need to set.
And this is really the meat on the bone in the schedule, right? A lot of teams have out-of-conference games early in the season, but now is where it matters the most. You talk to any coach, they'll tell you, David, number 1 on the goal sheet is to win your conference.
And I think it's so hard because of the familiarity. You play these same teams every single year. You know them inside and out. They know your scheme, you know their scheme, and sometimes the momentum of the moment can be tough, so got to continue to play well within the conference.
That's reeled in. It's Reddick. At midfield, he's got room. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
And you toss the ball to your running back to get him on the edge and try to get some space, but my goodness, there wasn't any space. He broke one tackle, but still wasn't enough. More guys coming after him really fast. They got to give him a little bit more space to do some more damage.
Back to throw. It's Cool. Snagged out of the air. Pushed down for the tackle.
The defense needs to have a plan for this guy. They weren't ready for that one. Drag route running all the way across the field. The DB just can't stay with them because of his speed, and as a result, they give up a big one.
The Nittany Lions really need to keep this drive alive on third down. They'll try to get the first through the air. Caught near the sticks. It's Humphreys. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the opening one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
He got a little antsy at the line of scrimmage, and they'll move him back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Here comes the offense on first down. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. On the move, it's Reddick. Not a lot there. Picks up one inside the 20 to the 19.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is a top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical, to be able to continue to run the football against a really good defense.
It falls incomplete and will change into the field to get things started back up. That's the end of the quarter, and UCLA has the lead. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. Ball's at the 24. A lot of confidence in their kicker from here, but they'd love to take it off of his foot and convert the first down. Looking to throw, it's Poole. Turns it loose. Working the middle. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense.
And that is a huge conversion on 3rd and long for the offense. I think a lot of people thinking, hey, we're just going to try to get a couple of yards, help our kicker out here to kick a field goal. But instead, they get a massive play, and now all of a sudden they're thinking.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Penn State.
First and goal. You know what's coming. They know what's coming. Can you stop it? And you can't. Pound the football straight ahead. Get in for 6. Nice job by the big fella.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, fellas, here's a final update on a clash between top 15 teams. Texas pulled out the victory on a day they clearly did not have their best. And that's a testament to those players there in Austin. That winning gene, I really believe it's a thing. Big implications today and a notable result as one team trends upward and the other has some work to do.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. UCLA will go back to work on offense. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. Wide receiver comes in motion. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead of him.
He'll get it across the 30-yard line. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 32 as this offense is trying to do some work. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. The give to the back. Got the first down. Looking for more. They'll get him down at the 48 after the 15-yard gain. The Bruins moving the chains on the ground, and they've had some great running backs there. Some have flown under the radar a little bit.
Yeah, guys like Jonathan Franklin. And listen, you can always find elite recruits and great playmakers out there in the Golden State.
Toss to the outside. And it's a fumble on the play. Bounced right back to them. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a... And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? They'll give it to the back. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Might be calling a hot route. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Moving away from pressure. Makes the grab. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
And it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. Again, we see the freaks and we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look pretty easy.
From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. The Bruins have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. Handoff from the gun. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
And the Bruins will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll try the run. Turning it on. Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down at the 14-yard line. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. The hand to the running back. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
Man, that was a good run, but it was almost even better. Great job by the offense. Keep the running game going. You get big chunks like this. Not only was that a big chunk, it also looked like it could have gone for more.
The Bruins line it up with a 1st and goal. Quarterback making checks. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll keep it on the ground looking for the end zone. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Bruins!
Really nice physical running that time. Nice push up front by the offensive line. Getting it in for the touchdown. They now take a 1-possession lead here with just a little bit of time left in the first half.
And the extra point splits the uprights. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's Humphrey. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Back to throw. It's Poole. Just a short pass to the tight end. Gets it out just short of the 20, out of bounds at the 19-yard line, and a little more room to operate.
Man, these plays are really, really simple. Really easy to run. I like it. Just drop back as a quarterback, see the big fella, wait for him to get open, hit him, get a nice positive gain.
The Nittany Lions with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And a flag flies as the pass is incomplete. Let's see who it's on. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Pinned just inside their own 20. They need to convert on 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure coming. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Fires a ball, now it's picked off. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
And I like the aggressiveness. I understand you're down, right before the half. You want to go get some points, but you can't turn the football over here. Now you've set the other team up in a position to maybe get more points as the first half's winding down.
So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Here's the pressure. They're setting up the screen. They've got him now. He almost picked up that first down on the screen. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. Now, how about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
And the Bruins can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wants to go up top. On the run, still looking. Snags it. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. And they just tried to slam it in from the doorstep, but they went nowhere, and it'll be marked down at the 1. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Can the defense stop them? Sneaks it in.
And that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas. Try to make this a two-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. Enough time to get off a play before we head to halftime. Looking to pass. It's Poole. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Looking down the left side. A big-time catch along the sidelines. Got the foot down, and an excellent throw, too. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. So with only seconds left in the half, here comes the field goal unit. And they'll kick it from the left side, a 44-yard try. It's good. And the field goal to end the half takes us to halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Bruins will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. State sends the offense back onto the field. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments. But they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
And I think if you're this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime and you riled yourselves up and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking downfield, it's Poole. He's got him. Breaks into the open. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a first down.
Looking downfield on first down. Under fire. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
Caught over the middle. It's Connor. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down.
Shotgun fundamentals are so key. He was like a shortstop. Caught the shotgun snap and right away rifled it out of his hands like he was turning two. That was beautiful.
Lost to throw again. Caught in the backfield. It's Reddick. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there.
Well, it's important in this game this offense gets the running back involved out in the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. Picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Looking for a man. It's Poole. Makes the catch. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down.
Yeah, when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
Looking to throw on first down. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Back to pass on second down. The short hands. It's Reddick. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game. And I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for a shot toward the end zone. Downfield and incomplete. The defense holds.
And they decide to go for it. They decide to be aggressive, try to throw the football down the field. Receiver, quarterback not on the same page. No dice, turnover on downs.
Opening snap of this drive comes from the 38-yard line. Power football with the run. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Dumps it off in the flats. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
You know, this linebacker is a special player because not only is he good making tackles in the open field, this guy can cover. And you saw a great example of it with that running back.
On third down, he drops to throw. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. And the Bruins will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. That's the end of the period, and it's UCLA in the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. The Bruins decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. The delay of game pushes the offense back. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. To the air, it's Poole. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
Well, we've got a close game here at the start of the fourth quarter, right? This team obviously is down, but they're not playing it close to the vest. Being aggressive, first play of the drive, trying to throw it down the field. They're going to have to complete some of these if they're going to get this comeback win in this game.
Going to swing it on second down. Stands in and takes the hit. He's got it inside the 30. There he goes. Touchdown, Nittany Lions. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching it.
And I think in the pre-snap, I think both of these guys were on the same page. They had a look defensively that let them know we can pitch this thing way down the field. I'm going to go run under it and make a big play for it.
Yeah, and when I'm the receiver, I'm like, I'm open, right? I'm going straight down the field. Throw me the football. I got the speed. I can beat this guy. You can tell they've done that so much in practice. They knew it was second nature, and they executed it perfectly.
Well, head coach obviously decided it was best to go for 2 points right there. They didn't get it, and you just wonder if chasing the points is going to hurt this team later in the game.
And he's going to bring it out. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. And these guys come out feeling some game pressure. Things have tightened up, and they punted it last time they had it. On the run, deep down the right side. Pulls it in down the sideline. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And that is such an accurate throw. It's one thing to do it from the pocket when you have your feet set underneath you, but when you can get outside, off schedule, on the move, and throw a dart like that, that is just big time, and the offense gets a huge explosive play.
And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Basic run plays. I don't need a bunch of complicated stuff sometimes. I just need to get the first down and get the sticks moving.
And the Bruins have it with a 1st and 10. The run from the shotgun. Creates a little room. Oh, he's got some space. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. First and goal from the 7.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And this situation here on second down is the exact situation this offense wanted to stay out of. You got the lead late in the ball game. You want to get positive yards, keep that clock ticking. Now in a situation, it's interesting. Do they want to throw the football? How much do they trust their quarterback not to make a mistake here late in the football game with the lead?
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Nice job by the defense shutting down all the options, making sure it wasn't easy to read. Nice job going to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
Now third and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. From the gun, wants to pass. Back swinging for the goal line. Touchdown, UCLA! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And after the extra point, they're on top by 12. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
And we'll have a shakeup in the MAC standings this week. Check this out. BYU was relentless today in a road win that, frankly, wasn't even as close as the final score indicates. This was a vintage Cougars performance, one that really should instill confidence within this program. Never a dull moment when it comes to football in the MAC, and that certainly held true again today.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
It's a smart decision by the quarterback, but it's a frustrating one also because you're trailing in this game, and you know you've got to hit some of these throws to get back in it. But the defense is doing such a good job in coverage. Nobody's open, so you...
Going deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. They've got them then deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. To the air, it's Poole. Under fire. Hit as he throws. Working that left side. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. And the Nittany Lions want to move quickly. They absolutely had to have that third down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get the third down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Gonna look downfield again. He's taking the deep shot. Makes the grab inside the 30. And this defense was flailing as he weaved his way and got down to the 26. It's a first down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up tempo. To the air on first down. Got his man downfield. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set.
Man, you got to like these last 2 plays by this offense. You understand, you're in a deficit. You've got to score multiple times to get back in this.
And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Penn State.
Well, the good news is you scored a touchdown, and you've made this a one-possession game. The bad news is you got to get the ball back. So if you're the head coach, you got to start thinking, how are we going to do that? Are we going onside kick, or do we trust our defense to give it back to the O?
The snap sets up the throw. Got his man. Into the end zone. The 2-point conversion is good if it stands. There is a penalty marker on the play. Holding on the offense, accepted, so they'll back up and go at it again. Lining up to add another. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. So a drive there of 85 yards. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. Just over a minute and a half to play as they line up for the onside kick in what is likely their last gasp in this game. They get the football, but I think they touched it too soon. Flag on the field, and I believe it's coming back. These onside kicks are nearly impossible anyway, but you have to at least give them a chance by getting the ball 10 yards. They'll take the penalty and take over with the lead. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Looking to fire. Got his man on the right. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. He might want another play. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He'll get rid of it. Oh, did he find a hole in the defense? Can't quite cross the frame to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down. This result going to open some eyes around the country. They've proven behind this passing game they probably need to be ranked a little bit higher right now in the top 10.
Yeah, and mission accomplished. This is how you do it. Big stage, everybody watching. You beat a team that's ranked higher than you.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bruins! With that last score, things comfortable here in the 4th as they are headed to a 7-1 record.
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach. And that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. This one in play, first snap of the drive from the 25. Wants to throw. It's cool. Here's a throw downfield late. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. They bring him down, and that great defensive play might be overturned. Let's see what the call is. They'll decline the penalty here, and the result of the play stands. Offense in a bunch formation. Wants to throw on 1st down. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Pulls it in. It's Burns. And he'll be smacked to the ground. The Bruins come to the line in the hurry-up. From the gun, the give, looking for room. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And the Bruins are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Got him downfield. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a 1st down as they mark it at the 40.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Might be changing the route. Off play action. Keeping his eyes downfield, rolling left. Quarterback gets the first down. The freshman called his own number and kept this drive moving. Not all close games are created